so it's all good. I'll send you the files
Okay.
when they're ready. But yeah, so hopefully I can level the playing field a little bit and just give you some more so you can learn a little bit about me. But I
Yeah.
think I think the algorithm brought you to me um during your first last, I don't know, no carb attempt.
For stint with Carnivore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And and these popped up and I was like, "Oh, this is so cool. I'm gonna watch someone start from the beginning and
Oh.
it's gonna change their life and it's gonna be a great journey." And
And
then it
then
was
I
like
fell
wah
off.
wah wah. But I kept watching because it was interesting, you know. So I guess when was that? October last year? When did you
Honestly, I forget. I know it's been a few months. Was it October of last year? I didn't think it was
I
that long ago, but yeah, it might
I
have
think it was last year. Yeah, towards the end of
been. Yeah,
last year. So
probably.
I've been watching your journey that whole time. And you recently posted a video asking why are millennials getting so sick?
Yeah.
And that is what made me email you because
That's what made you
that
what? Sorry.
email you
Oh, okay.
because it resonated with me
Oh,
that question because I've been dealing with that question for myself for the past few years. So my name's Lewis. I am currently 42 years old.
okay.
I was born in 1983.
Okay. So
Uh, I
well, you're only 2 years older than me then. I was born in
Yeah.
85.
Yep. Oh, that's right. You just had your 40th birthday
Yeah, I went to
recently.
the
Yeah.
ER on my 40th
I
birthday.
know, I
It was a
know.
lot of fun.
Let's not talk about that. I feel terrible. Those were the worst videos after you announced that you had your blood clots and stuff like that, you know.
Yeah, I know with the
Um,
blood clots, I feel like I'm getting kind of depressing on the channel, and I don't want to be that way, but
but
I mean, that's
I
just how
will
my life is.
say, and I know we're recording this on July 12th, the not this last video, the one before, you didn't mention the dizzy feeling at all in the video.
Okay.
And I noticed that because you were always talking about that. And I get it because it's scary and
Yeah.
you don't feel like yourself. And you're asking yourself, is this going to be forever now? Am I gonna have to get used to this? Like I
Yeah.
totally am I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
But that video you only mentioned it at the very, very end, a very little bit. Like I was like, oh, he didn't mention it. And then this past video you did mention it a little bit more, but I am seeing a little bit of a trend of you maybe starting to feel better. But knock on wood, let's hope.
Yeah, I think I
Let's
am feeling better. I think
good.
yesterday's video I was talking about when I was going to sleep last night. I was talking about
Mhm.
the way I'm breathing now. I was
Oh
talking,
yes, yes, the stomach breathing.
yeah, I've been using Grok AI from X,
Yeah.
and I switched over. I just thought I would try OpenAI just to
Hmm.
give my symptoms and see what it said. And I just thought it was really interesting how it suggested breathing differently. So I'm doing
Hmm.
the belly breathing or diaphragm breathing.
Yeah.
And I definitely feel different. I think I'm not really too sure what you call your nervous system when
Is it
that
similar to
takes
box breathing?
box breathing.
Yeah. I
I've never heard of box
look Google that. It might be the same, but it's amazing how as you start to look into different things with your health, how breathing, sunlight, getting off the blue lights, which we can't because we're on our phones 24/7,
breathing.
how that really does affect everything, you know. So I'm glad it's working for you.
Yeah. Yeah, I just looked up box
Yeah.
breathing and it looks like, I mean, see, even with box breathing, well, at least this is Google's AI
Right.
description of it. It says,
Yeah.
inhale, breathe in slowly through your nose for a count of four. Hold your breath for a count of four. Exhale, breathe out slowly through your mouth for a count of four.
All right.
And hold again for a count of four. I've definitely heard that pattern to slow down heart rate and relax
Yep.
you.
To calm down. Yep.
But with even this description, it doesn't tell you because when you do the belly breathing,
Where,
it's
right. Where
you feel
you
your belly expanding, whereas I've always
like
had
you're
a
filling your
chest
lungs
breather.
completely. Right. Right. Right.
Yeah. So when
Okay,
you do
cool.
the diaphragm breathing, from what AI said, it your diaphragm pulls the oxygen to the bottom of your lungs, and I guess when that occurs, it your body keeps more, I think it's O2, keeps more O2 inside of it, and which kind of slows, it requires less breathing. and it just helps, I guess,
I mean, if
oxygen.
you think about it, you have all those bronchioles and everything. You're now saturating them all with oxygen, and for someone that like with that just went through your an event like you,
Yeah.
it definitely can't hurt to start using your lungs, and
Yeah.
getting that all moving, which is really good.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking too. It's like, going through the pulmonary embolism. I
Hmm.
don't really know. My cardiologist recently said that, there could be micro clots in the lungs still,
Yeah.
which I'm sure that's
Yeah.
possible. He said the higher, I forget what he called it, but there's a type of CT scan that does more layers. Like I think the CT scan
Hmm.
I had was say maybe 64 slice, he was calling it.
Hmm.
And the more expensive models can go up to they double. It's kind of like binary. I'm in networking, so like subnetting's binary. It goes
Hmm.
64, 128, 256,
Yep.
112. When you go higher, it can get more detailed, get more granular with the lungs.
Right.
So I believe that, yeah, there could still be some clots,
I
but
mean, I thought the last test results you had were very promising though. So I think we should focus on the
yeah.
fact that they can't see them on the scans, and that is a win.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But yeah, so I'm 42, born in 1983, so technically I am a millennial. I'm at the very beginning of that generation, and I live in Flushing, Queens, which is one of the boroughs of New York City.
Okay.
And I
That's where the
work.
nanny lives.
It is, yes, it is. I like to say Flushing because people know what it is actually.
Yeah.
But I live about 30 minutes outside Manhattan on the train, but in a very
Okay.
nice Flushing is a great town, very diverse. I live in a house, I have a backyard. People always think that they hear New York, they think buildings. Like no, I have a
Yeah,
house
that's
with a
true.
backyard.
That's nice.
And I work for New York City Public Schools, which is the largest school system in the United States. We have about over 1 million students.
Wow.
I'm not a teacher. I work for the superintendent of a district. So the city's broken up into 32 districts. I work on the team for one of those districts, and we have 36 schools under my superintendent. And it's just elementary and middle school. So I work with the little guys, which is really a lot of fun.
Okay.
And school ended last month at the end of June. I know in Florida, school ends a little bit earlier, but we end at the end of June, and summer school started last week. So,
Okay.
and I work all year round. I'm not like a teacher that works just for 10 months. I'm a 12-month employee, so I work all year round.
Okay.
So that is me in a
Okay.
nutshell.
Okay.
I'm married to my wife Michelle. She and I have been married for this month will be our 11th year anniversary.
Oh wow. Congratulations.
Thank you. And we have no children. We just have cats.
Okay.
I tell people that my cats are allergic to children.
Okay.
So that's a little
Okay.
joke. And honestly, I didn't wear this shirt on purpose. It was just clean. I grabbed it out of the drawer. But I am a cat person.
That's cool.
Um, and I know you have your dog and you are an animal lover as well, which is very nice.
Yeah, my buddy
Um,
Donnie.
so I was overweight my entire life.
Where are you?
Um,
How
and
tall? How tall are you?
actually, I want to know how tall you are also. I'm 5'11".
Well, okay, I'm 5'10".
Okay, so we're very comparable.
Yeah.
So my whole life as a kid, elementary school, I probably started to gain more weight towards the end of elementary school, maybe fourth grade, fifth grade. I started to get heavy, and then in middle school I was heavy, high school I was heavy. And there was a small time. It's so funny thinking back. There was a small time where I lost a lot of weight, and I
As
was
like a child or
as like maybe like when I was
teenager?
20,
Oh,
like
okay, 20.
younger.
I
Like
actually
yeah,
lost weight around that time also.
yeah. And I
Yeah.
was fasting and I didn't know I was fasting. I was working at Target. I worked at Target as my first job.
Okay.
I don't even know. I should look at pictures and see if I can find it. And I was eating once a day. Like
Yeah.
I wouldn't eat all day, and then I would get like a 6-inch Subway sub, and I would eat it on my break when I worked at Target at night. And that I was eating once a day, and I dropped all this weight.
So you were doing the Subway
And
diet, the Jared diet.
not on purpose. It was good.
Yeah.
It was good. It was good. But obviously that didn't stick, and I gained weight again. My heaviest weight recorded. I love the Apple Health app on my iPhone because it syncs with all these different apps, and I just have like stuff from the past that I didn't even realize was recorded. But
Okay.
my highest weight was 320 pounds.
Okay.
Um, and let me see when that was. That was so in August of 2015, I was 316,
Okay.
and then I was 320 in July of 2017.
Okay.
And then I was 315 at the beginning of the pandemic. So I was around that
It's
that
kind of
that yeah.
it's kind of ironic because yeah, I feel like our histories are similar because around when I
Hmm.
was 19 or 20, I
Yeah.
lost some weight. And then
And how
around
did you do it? How did you do it?
so that first time the first time I worked at my first job was at a farmer's market in Hudson.
Mm,
And I met this person that worked there, and he turned me on to this diet. It's one of those typical fad diets. There, it goes by a few
hmm.
different names. It's the American Heart Association diet, goes by the Miami Heart Institute diet.
Yep.
But basically, it was like a calorie restricted diet. Like the
Hmm.
first day, breakfast was a slice of toast. I think 2 tablespoons of peanut butter. Lunch was maybe a can of tuna. There was one
Hmm.
meal. I don't know what it is, but I can't do cantaloupe, honeydew, cucumber. Apparently, those are in the same family. Some,
Okay.
well, one meal was a cup of cantaloupe too. So I ate. I was determined to lose it, so I ate that cantaloupe.
And how long did it take?
So at that time, and when I was around 20, my highest was 283, and I got down
Hmm.
to 202. Um,
Mm.
I can't remember how long it took. I want to say it took about a year. I was working out
Hmm.
also, but
Okay.
I mean, of course, that type of diet, I couldn't stick with that. So then I put the weight back on. And then my highest, like you, was around 2017. I was 401.
Mm-hmm.
And that's my primary doctor. She suggested a website called dietdoctor.com.
Oh yeah, I love Diet Doctor.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't really use it too much anymore. I still have recipes that
you should.
that I got. Yeah, I know probably since then a lot's changed about it, so I should check it out again.
Diet Doctor, I believe, is it's very low carb. I'm
Yeah.
pretty, yeah,
Yeah, they have different meal plans, I
yeah,
believe. I think they have like low carb and then like keto, which I
yeah.
think their
Mm-hmm.
definition of keto was like low carb, high fat.
Mm-hmm.
So I think there was different styles. But so I started that in 2017. And like I don't know if it's just me or what. I think carbs affect everyone, but
Mm-hmm.
when I feel like when I eat carbs, I mean, I admitted to you earlier too that I know I'm addicted to food.
Yeah,
I've always been overweight, like
yeah.
all my life since I was
Mm-hmm.
4 or 5. So I think with me, when I start eating carbs of any kind, rather it's fructose, I don't know if I pronounced that right, from
Yep.
fruit or just bread. I'm eating whole grain bread now, but it just seems like carbs make me crave more carbs, and it's just a downward spiral after that point. So I really feel that for me to lose weight, I need to do low carb.
Yeah.
So that's when I started the diet doctor, and I found that the low carb way of eating really worked out great for me. I
Mm-hmm.
got down around, I think it took me maybe 2 years to get down to around 240
From 401.
from 401. And then the pandemic happened, and then I got back up to 355 in September of 23. And I started doing the keto way of eating. It was just,
Mm-hmm.
I think when I did it that time, it was more balance of protein and fat, low carb.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but started that in September, and then I started my YouTube channel, Epic Weight Loss, in February of 24. And yeah, as of yesterday, I think yesterday I weighed in at
I
270.
know. Congratulations. I listen.
Thank you. Thank
Listen, you know that sometimes that weight loss is just visiting.
Yeah.
But I take all those wins, you know. That was a nice whoosh that you had.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's great. That's great.
Yeah.
Um,
With the medical
but
issues, I wasn't eating for a while. I mean, I was eating, but I wasn't eating a lot. It's just,
yeah, well, you're nervous and stressed, and you know that does
yeah,
something to your appetite. Yeah.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Which I've never, usually in the past, if I get depressed or something, I tend to eat more.
Right.
With the health issues, it was different this time.
Yeah.
I wasn't hungry at all. So,
So that was my highest weight. And then when I started my health journey, I was 275. So very close to where um I think you are now, right?
yeah, yeah,
Right.
yeah.
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 Um, so what happened to Lewis? Let's see. So when you know, records from this time period are a little foggy. But when I was in my early 30s, I was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. And so that was, let's say, 10 years ago, which correlates to those high weights that we were talking about, over 300 pounds. And, you know, it was really weird. You know, in hindsight, you know, I really may have a lot of regrets about that time, but you tell like a 30-year-old that they have diabetes, like I didn't really know what that meant, you know?
Right.
And And I know you have similar experiences with doctors that are like, it's okay, take your pills, take your meds, take this, take that.
Yeah.
Never, you know, watch your sugar. Like I don't even know what that means, watch your sugar, you know.
Right.
So I
You
was
just
very,
ate what you wanted to at that
yeah,
age.
watch it go in your mouth.
Right.
But I really was very compliant with my doctor. I took my metformin and went to him often to get my blood work checked. And you know, I didn't monitor, never once did they say you should be monitoring your blood sugar,
Really.
which is crazy. Every diabetic, whether type 1, definitely type 1, but and type 2 should be monitoring their blood sugar.
So they just told you to watch your sugar, like watch what.
No, like no, my intake, my sugar intake.
So like yeah,
Watch,
just watch, like
but
make sure you're not
but
eating.
never monitor my blood sugar levels.
Yeah, that's strange.
And take medication, come in, you know, it's a progressive disease, it's a chronic disease, it's only going to get worse. So, you know, there was some pity party in the beginning, and then I just lived with it. And I think the biggest thing that hurt me during that time was I did not feel anything.
Mm.
So I was type 2 diabetic, but I was not having any of the symptoms of diabetes, even the little ones like urinating a lot, for example, like having to go to the bathroom every 2 hours. I didn't
Yeah,
have that. I had nothing. It was silent, right?
I see.
So fast forward a few years, 38, 39, I started having complications from type 2 diabetes. And at this point, my A1C was never that high. It was below 7, 6.8, 6.6, so right at the top, the low end of what is considered diabetic.
I see.
And I started feeling some complications. So what were my complications? The biggest one and it's most scary was neuropathy, pain in my feet. Like scared the shit out of me.
Yeah.
Like at night, burning and numbness, and
Mm.
that was really freaking me out. First it was like numbness and then it was burning.
Yeah.
And the other thing that was happening was my vision was getting blurry.
Really.
Like I was actually struggling with seeing distance. And I'll never forget it. I was Tears of the Kingdom just came out, and I couldn't see the TV. I like to play in docked mode. I don't play handheld that much.
Yeah.
Because I'm a millennial, so you know I
I
like
was gonna
to
say I do the same thing.
yeah. So and I couldn't see the game. It was like
Oh,
blurry. I'm like closing one eye. I was like, oh my God, like what is happening?
yeah, that's scary.
So and I went to the eye doctor, and what I get, I was 39 years old. I went to the eye doctor. Oh, you know, at this age, the muscles around your eye start to get weak. You need glasses. You wrote me a prescription for glasses, corrected lenses, and and they did. I told him I was type 2 diabetic. He did the contrast, whatever he looked in. I didn't have any damage to the retina or bleeding or anything, thank God.
Oh yeah,
But
he
I
probably dilated your eye.
all that stuff. And then they looked in and they're looking for like because bleeding is such occurring in the eye and that they use the injections to stop it or whatever or
Oh,
terrible
I see.
stuff. But I didn't have any of that. So I
That's good.
passed my first diabetic eye exam.
Okay.
Um so that was at age 38, 39. At the end of 2022, I went on a cruise, a Christmas cruise with my mom, my wife, my brother, Panama Canal, like dream trip.
That's cool.
And it was really, really cool. And right before I was having the numbness in my feet, and it was just I was so nervous about going on this trip because of the way I was feeling, but
Yeah.
we had to go because of it's so expensive.
Yeah.
And we went on the trip, everything was fine. Actually I got COVID on the cruise,
Oh, did you? Oh
which
man.
was fun in the middle of it because it was a 12-day or 11-day, it was a long cruise. So like by day
Oh, I see.
seven, I was out.
Oh
But it
my
was fine.
gosh.
It was fine. I isolated myself in my room and I went to the buffet. It was fine.
That's good.
And this is at 2023. So at this point, nobody was wearing masks. And I said it's on them. Whatever.
Okay.
Whatever, it was fine. So so got home January 2023. That was the end of 22. So January 2023, got home, and my doctor at this point had said, "Oh, I want you to start taking a new diabetes medication. It's an once a week injectable." And at this point, I guess I've heard about Ozempic, but I never really thought about it. And I was already taking a pill medication called Rybelsus. And Rybelsus is the oral version of semaglutide or the oral version of Ozempic. It's
I see.
not as effective as the injectable because your stomach destroys lots of the active ingredient and you have to take it with specific instructions. Like you have to take it on an empty stomach with this much water and then wait and before you eat anything. You can't take it with other pills.
I
So a
see.
lot of times people uh they don't follow the directions, so the medication doesn't work as well. So I didn't even realize I was taking semaglutide orally. I didn't even realize that. So in
Okay.
January of 23, my doctor prescribed me Mounjaro, which is tirzepatide, and it's the second generation of the GLP-1s. So Ozempic came out a few years ago, and then Mounjaro is the second generation. It has two ingredients, GIP, GLP-1 and GIP. And it was cool. I got my prescription. My insurance covered it in full because I have good private insurance, like I'm sure you do as well. And I was diabetic, so it was considered like diabetic medication.
Yeah.
And I got my box, brought it to the doctor's office. He showed me how to take the injection, super easy, whatever.
That's good.
So my doctor's a good guy, but my doctor is a drug dealer.
Oh, okay.
And
Because of the
he
meds.
just loves meds and medications and um, fast forward to now when I'm requesting all of these crazy blood lab tests, he doesn't even know what to do with the results because he doesn't have a pill for them, right? But
I
he's a
see.
good guy and he does whatever I say, which is all I
Yeah.
ask. I said I want this lab work, he does it, whatever.
That's
So
good.
he was increasing my dose of the Mounjaro every month. Every month we were titrating up from the starting dose, which is 2.5 milligrams, up to 5 milligrams, 7.5, 10 milligrams, all the way up. The highest dose is 15 milligrams. I
Oh,
was
okay.
tolerating the medication great. I wasn't getting sick. I had no real bad side effects. So I just said, let's keep going. Let's keep, because he was saying, let's titrate up. So I felt nothing on the lowest dose. I felt nothing on 5 milligrams. At 7.5 milligrams, something started to happen. And I started feeling all the good stuff that people say about these meds, about appetite suppression, food noise, you're, getting full very quickly. I started to feel that stuff and it felt great.
Yeah.
Like to be able to eat a normal size meal and be satisfied and it was something I've never experienced before in my life.
Yeah. That's great.
It was great. So kept titrating up and I sprinted. I say I sprinted. I did 1 month on each dose, which is what the manufacturer suggests until I got to 15 milligrams.
Okay.
Now at 7.5 milligrams, when I start to feel the effects, I said to myself, I need to change. I can't keep, and at this point I was still eating standard American diet. I said to myself, and my A1C was still diabetic and stuff like that. Um, and my neuropathy in my feet was not better, right? If anything, it was worse.
Hmm.
So I said to myself, I have to change. And I knew that meant eating keto. Um, so on March 19th, 2023, I I guess on March 18th, I had my last, you know, carbs,
So,
I
yeah.
still ate carbs when I was on keto, but I had my last, regular standard American diet meals.
Okay.
And on the 19th of March, 2023, I went keto. And I really leaned into the GLP-1 and all those effects. And it really helped me with the transition
So
because
you say that you leaned into it. You just kind of use that as help
yeah, as a
transitioning to
crutch, as a
keto.
crutch, absolutely. Because
Yeah.
I'm like you, am a extreme carb addict and
Oh,
sugar
yeah.
addict.
Yeah.
And and I have an addiction to even sweet tastes. And we'll talk about your obsession with Chalk Zero and
Yeah.
all those crazy things. And after we get off the phone, I'll send you a picture of my cabinet in my kitchen,
Yeah.
which is like the Chalk Zero chocolate factory, because my wife,
Okay.
who eats carbs,
Yeah.
she loves that stuff, and it's all in my house.
I think Chunk
Um,
Zero, yeah, it's processed, but it's still on the healthier side, I think.
that's our addiction talking though. But
Yeah,
listen,
true.
is it better than eating regular sugar? Absolutely 100%. I would say if you need to have a diet soda over a regular soda, then go to town. But whatever.
Yeah.
So I leaned into the medication, went keto, and I at the same time I kept increasing the dose. So I went to 10 milligrams, then 12.5, and I got to 15. And I was feeling great.
I was gonna
I
ask, you
Yeah,
said you went to keto. What were your macros with the keto that you did?
honestly, I don't even I wasn't really tracking my carbs. I was, but not, tracking is so com is so it I'm a perfectionist in my life.
Yeah.
I like everything to be accurate, and tracking food is not accurate.
No, it's not. It's difficult.
Like how can you tell me this ribeye and this ribeye are the same exact calories and fat
Right.
and protein? You don't. It's just an estimate. And whenever you tell me that what I'm seeing on my app is not right, I stop tracking.
Yeah.
So I was really doing very clean. Well, in the beginning, I wasn't clean keto. I was doing almond flour and all that stuff. So in March, I changed my diet. In April, I started wearing a CGM. So I went to my doctor, right? And I said, John, please, I want you to prescribe me a CGM. I don't care if my insurance doesn't cover it. This is before they had Stello and stuff that was over the counter. You needed a prescription.
Okay.
I want a CGM. And I went with this list of blood work that I got from Dr. Berry. And I said, I want all these labs done. I got that list of lab work done here's my blood sugar right now, freaking killing it. I haven't eaten today yet though.
79.
79.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
great.
What is like the standard range for blood sugar? Like,
They say that the best, like what's normal for humans at
yeah.
a fasted state is 83.
Oh, okay. So
So
that's low.
pretty good.
Yeah. It's good.
So he prescribed me a CGM. Everyone was telling me that your insurance not going to cover it. You're not taking insulin. They only take it when only, but my insurance covered it in full.
That's good.
I get 3 months worth for $30, and I still
Not bad
wear
at
it to
all.
this day, which I love.
Yeah.
Um, and uh, and I started monitoring my blood sugar. I started monitoring my labs every 90 days. I get lab work, so I check my fasting insulin level, my C-peptide, which is another a marker from the pancreas, also tied to insulin. My high sensitivity CRP, which checks for inflammation, which is so important. Inflammation, all disease is due to inappropriate chronic inflammation. Um, and you kind of touched on that a little bit with the fat cells in your last
Right.
video, right?
Yeah.
And see, I listen, see. Um, and uh and I started losing weight. I started losing weight. It worked. It was working really good. I was eating in the beginning, like I said, almond flour. My wife would make me a pizza, keto pizza, and all that
The
stuff.
fathead dough.
Yeah, all that stuff. And
Yeah.
and and I even tried eating some of those, keto friendly Chalk Zero treats.
Right.
But it would actually raise my blood sugar.
Would
And
it?
and it would do weird stuff. My blood sugar would go crazy.
Yeah.
So I was wearing the CGM, which was very helpful. So it didn't take long. I ended up going really, really clean keto. Like basically meat and vegetables, meat and asparagus, meat and broccoli. I love broccoli, meat and side salads. I love salads. Wedge salad with blue cheese and I like crisp iceberg lettuce, a few little tomatoes, bacon and blue cheese. Like
Sounds good.
amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing.
That
And
sounds
it's and
good.
I lost most of my weight um on keto
Cool.
and with the GLP-1, with the GLP-1.
Yeah.
So then the algorithm, God bless YouTube. And it's funny, I never watched YouTube until the pandemic and YouTube, because YouTube for me was always like a utility. I guess this is my age talking also. It's like, oh, I have to change a filter on something. Let me find if there's a YouTube video on how to do it. It was like a tool.
Right. Yeah.
But during the pandemic, it became entertainment.
Okay.
Um, and now it's like I don't even have TV anymore. But let me get my weight. So so on March 19th, um, like I told you, I weighed 275 around there. And then
What year was that again?
2023.
Oh, 2023. Okay.
Yep. And then by by January of 2024,
Uh-huh.
I had lost over 100 pounds.
Wow.
I went from 275 to 172 in January.
And that was just doing the keto.
It was well, I started dabbling
Is
with
it?
I started learning about carnivore in December of 23. But
Okay.
this is like, I know this is terrible. I should really have these ready. But this was my weight graph,
Oh, okay. Wow.
like straight down. Like
Yeah,
like
that's
and
awesome.
listen, this is a 1 year view,
Uh-huh.
and there's like fluctuations if you look at the details. I weigh myself every day. But I have a smart scale that goes to the cloud. So
Interesting.
although I weigh myself every day, I don't look every day. So I
Oh, I
haven't
see.
looked at I haven't looked at my weight since July 1st so far. And before that, I didn't look at it since June 1st. But I like having the bullet points on of data.
Yeah.
So it's the best of both worlds. I get in the scale, I don't look down.
Uh-huh.
And I still get the data and I look at it whenever I want to look at it.
Nice.
So I lost that weight very quickly. And then my A1C uh was basically non-diabetic like in the first 3 months. Remember, my A1C wasn't super high, right? It was in the sixes.
Right.
So obviously someone that has an A1C of 10, 11, 12, it might take longer to get below 6.5.
Yeah.
But I was pre-diabetic from my first blood reading, and I have been non-diabetic since then. Okay.
Okay.
Um, and I was on the highest dose of Mounjaro at that point. And the effects of the medication started to wear off. My body was getting used to it. Um, so I thought I was able to eat much larger meals at this point. I wasn't getting full quickly, and I felt it just wasn't working that well. So
Yeah.
and now I was in the carnivore community. It was so weird. I had like my foot in the GLP-1 community, I had my other foot in the carnivore community. Those two communities don't get along, which is
Uh,
funny. Which is whatever. I don't give a shit. But
yeah.
um, but I said, okay, let me try to get off this medication. I'm gonna carnivore hard, and I'm gonna reverse diabetes and keep my weight off without this medication. So
Yeah.
I did two things. I told my doctor to prescribe me the lower doses. So we titrated up. Now I'm titrating down. And at the same time, I started injecting less often. So it's a once a week injection. So instead of doing every 7 days, I did a few weeks of every 8 days. And then I did a few weeks of every 9 days. And then I did a few weeks of every 10 days. And I got down to the 10 milligram dose and I was injecting every 12 days. Felt fine. Felt no different than when I was taking 15 every week.
Yeah.
And then in October of 24 last year, I took my last dose of 10 milligrams. I should have went slower, but I just stopped taking it.
Okay.
And boy, let me tell you, that I thought the medication wasn't doing anything. I was not, that was not right.
Really, yeah. You did.
My hunger, I got very hungry. My blood sugar did some crazy stuff, but then it normalized.
Yeah.
And I gained 30 pounds in very fast. Very, very fast. Like I would say in like it's some unknown, like you would say that Lewis, that's impossible that you gain 30 pounds in 7 weeks, but it was like really fast. Really, really fast.
Believe it.
And yeah, so that sucked, right? And I was only able to lose the weight again. I should also mention that during my weight loss, I was doing a lot of fasting, but extended fasting. So 2 day
Like,
fast, 3 day
oh,
fasts. My
oh,
longest fast is 6.5 days.
wow.
Um, I love fasting. I love it. It is great. I love saving money. I love how much time I have when I'm not cooking and eating. I know you can
Yeah.
understand that.
Yeah.
But I think in the long run, I did a little bit too much fasting. I think my metabolism maybe got a little, my body got a little like, what do you do? What's going on here,
Yeah.
So I was only able to manage my weight through like extreme fasting, like extreme fasting. And I didn't like that. Didn't like that. So, um, so at this point, I was basically like ketovore. So I was eating mostly meat and I live with a carb eater, right? I live with my wife is wonderful. She's very supportive, but she is not metabolically broken like I am.
So,
Um, she also lost 80 pounds though.
oh, wow. Just doing
because
your
of because
same
of
type
me,
of
right?
diet.
Right.
Yeah.
And in
That's
the
all.
beginning, I cook all our meals right now. And in the beginning, I would cook her vegetables, but then I just stopped. I'm like, why am I going to cook vegetables? So
Yeah.
now she'll have some days where she'll just eat meat.
Okay.
And if she wants an avocado or make some guacamole on the side, or she'll just make that. And then she has her treats. She has berries in the refrigerator. She has her Chalk Zero stuff that she'll enjoy at night.
Yeah.
So I was basically ketovore, less than 10 grams of carbs a day. I was doing drive-bys on the berries in the fridge. That's basically my biggest thing. Again, addicted to sugar.
Yeah.
And but it was okay for my blood sugar. My blood sugar will only go up a little bit. Um, and addicted to caffeine and coffee like you cannot believe. Do you drink coffee?
No, I don't.
Great.
I primarily just drink water. So I,
Good. Good.
yeah. I mean, of course,
So,
in the past, I've drank like sodas, but I've never really
mhm,
been addicted to sodas. And
mhm.
yeah, I
You
especially
like you like
starting
cakes,
now.
cake and stuff, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. I like my
Yeah.
desserts for sure. Yeah,
All those Hostess cakes and all that stuff.
yeah.
That's my jam.
Oh yeah.
That is my
It's
jam.
so bad too.
You
All
put a
the
yodel in the
ingredients.
freezer.
Oh
Get out
man.
of here. Okay, I'm sorry. I don't want to trigger you or myself.
No, you're fine.
So A1C was good. It can never get it below 5.4. My goal was 4.9 or 5.0. Can never get it lower. And my blood sugar started to actually go up a little bit where I was in the around 100 all the time
Oh
and
really?
around 110 after eating. Again, I'm eating mostly meat, so it really doesn't affect my blood sugar. So I was like, what is going on? Why is this happening? I asked all the carnivore doctors, oh, Lewis, sometimes this might just be the way you are. You might, we can't heal everything, everything I don't want to hear. So at this point, I'm addicted to coffee. I should say I'm addicted to heavy cream in my coffee, right? Like it was almost
Yeah.
to the point where it's like, would you like some coffee in your heavy cream? That's
Oh
basically what I was
man.
doing. But then also drinking lots of coffee. Like, Mark, I can't even tell you 10 cups a day. Like it was a problem.
Wow, that is a lot.
With the heavy cream. And again, I would always start out with like measuring like a tablespoon It's also a lot, very calorically dense, very a lot of energy in heavy cream.
Oh yeah.
And then you're just pouring it in at that point. And then, allulose or stevia or monk fruit, because
Yeah.
it was coffee was my I was clinging on to my sweet addiction through coffee
I see.
and with the zero carb sweeteners.
Okay.
I also use like those syrups, those zero sugar, like vanilla, French
Oh yeah.
vanilla and
Yeah.
hazelnut, all that stuff.
Yeah.
And I would guzzle coffee because it was sweet. It was like a treat.
Right. Yeah.
So I said to myself on in May, my birthday's in June. I said no for June for my birthday month in June, I'm gonna do the Lion Diet. Do you know what the Lion Diet is?
That's where it's completely meat, right?
Yeah, so it's ruminant animals only, which is
Ruminant.
like cow, lamb,
Uh,
venison, like animals that have multiple chambered stomachs.
oh,
So
I see.
no chicken, no pork.
Oh, okay.
It's just basically beef. Beef is the most accessible in
Yeah.
that category. Salt and water. Beef, salt,
Wow.
and water. It is the most strict version of a zero carb diet, and it's basically an elimination diet. It also does not include coffee or cream. Um, and I was gonna do it. I did Lion Diet in January for World Carnivore Month. But I was still drinking coffee. So June 1st came, started my Lion Diet, not drinking coffee. I was filling up my tumbler. This is not it. This is cold water with just like hot water with my unflavored electrolytes. I was drinking hot, salty water just to get that routine, that like the comfort of having a hot drink in the morning. I drink hot coffee all year round, even in the
Nice.
summer. And and it was hard. Day two, I had no energy. I slept for 11 hours. It was rough. But no headaches, thank God. I was ready. I was ready for the headaches, but headaches never came.
That's good.
Um, on day six, remember I told you my blood sugar was hanging out around 100?
Yeah.
My blood sugar plummeted to where you see it now in the 70s.
Wow. Wow.
And what I think was happening, it was either one of two things. And this is one bad thing about eliminating everything so quickly is you don't know what it was, right? You
Yeah.
really should take everything down one thing at a time, but who has time for that, right? So I think it was either excessive calories from the dairy, right? I can't moderate. And we'll talk about being a moderator or an abstainer in a minute. I think that's a really important conversation too. Um, but I can't moderate heavy cream. I can't moderate dairy. So as soon as you eat less calories, take in less energy, your blood sugar improves. And that's why people that get like gastric bypass surgery, they reverse the diabetes because they literally are taking in less calories.
Okay.
Um, before they even lose weight, their diabetes goes away.
Yeah.
And my what I really think was happening was I think I was consuming so much caffeine that my cortisol was off the charts, high,
So-
and was causing my glucose to be higher.
Okay.
And
That's
it took
interesting.
it took like 6 days or so for that just to clear out of my body and for my cortisol levels to come down. And my blood sugar is now, when I'm not eating, you know, I'm in the 70s right now, 80s right now, which is perfect, which is
Yeah,
great.
that's awesome. Wow.
So I started Lion Diet June 1st, got on the scale June 1st, saw my weight. I forgot what it was, 190 something. And I weighed myself every day during line diet, did not look at the scale. And on July 1st, so June 1st, I weighed myself. On July 1st, I weighed myself. And again, I was eating 2 meals a day, every day. I told myself I'm doing line diet and I'm not going to fast for days. I'm going to still do my intermittent fasting because I do believe as humans, we should not be eating all day long.
Right, yeah.
Um, the less we eat, the better. I'm sorry. That's not the less frequently we eat, the better, right? I think that's really important. So I ate 2 meals a day. My eating windows are very small. I wish I can do what you do and stop at two. But I have, a family and I have to have dinner with them and stuff like that. So my eating window right now is I eat my first meal try to say by noon, but usually I don't eat until like 1. And my last meal is between 4 and 5.
Okay.
My eating window is small, but I have 2 meals during that time. No snacking.
Okay.
And I was eating 2 meals, probably a pound and a half, 2 pounds of meat a day. Water, hot water, cold water, plenty. Oh, I love seltzer, plain seltzer. Oh, that's another thing I did. Last time I did line diet, I was drinking the flavored seltzers, the zero carb flavored seltzers.
Oh,
This
okay.
this one I did no flavored drinks at all.
Okay.
Um, Even though they're not really sweet, I don't know what's in them. So I just did plain seltzer, sparkling water and stuff like that. Mark, in 1 month, I lost 15.6 pounds doing line
15
diet.
pounds. Wow.
I
That's
could
awesome.
not believe it. And I knew I was losing weight because my clothes were fitting better, differently.
Yeah.
But I could not, I did not think it'd be, I think I'd be, oh, 6 pounds, 7 pounds. Like I lost 15 pounds in the month of
15
June.
pounds. That's
It
wild.
was crazy. It was
Yeah.
crazy. And I felt so good eating eating that way. And I was also, let's be real, I was happy I lost 15 pounds, right?
Oh, yeah.
So on July 1st, I weighed 181.
Okay.
Which my goal weight was always 175 to 181. Believe it or not, 181 is still overweight. It's like right at the top of the BMI.
Is it?
I hate
Wow.
the BMI.
Yeah.
But I feel good. I feel okay. And I'm not a muscular guy. I don't really like to lift weights a lot.
Yeah.
I know if I did, I would have better blood sugar control, but it's just not something I'm really into right now.
Yeah.
Um, but um, but yeah, I was so happy with the results that I'm continuing to do the Lion diet.
Oh, okay.
And I remember I said it was just like beef, salt, and water. So I did cook once this week with some more seasonings. And I did have a teaspoon of homemade horseradish sauce that my coworker made
Okay.
with my meat yesterday. Teaspoon, very small amount. Feel fine, blood sugar is good, so I'm okay with that.
Was
So I
that just
am
like
gonna
straight horseradish or was it the creamy horseradish?
creamy. So basically, they mixed it with I think sour cream and fresh dill. Oh, Mark, you
Oh,
would
okay.
love it. It was so good. And know what was good about it? It wasn't like how sometimes horseradish like burns. It's like spicy, like burns like your nose. This
All
was
right.
very mild and delicious. It was very good.
Okay. That sounds really
I
good.
had a
I
very
love that stuff
small,
with the ribeye. With ribeye, it's delicious.
yeah, yeah. I had a very small amount, very small amount.
Yeah.
Don't send the carnivore police after me. Um, so, um, so yeah, so what does my diet look like now? I don't know yet. Uh, I am gonna introduce. I'm not gonna just gonna have beef forever. When you travel, for example, it's hard to eat that way.
Yeah.
Um, Chicken, pork, other things are more available, so I will incorporate those things. But what's great about the Lion diet, what's great about any way of eating, is you can flex into it, right? So when I know I'm gonna be home for a long stretch of time, I can just eat beef,
Yeah.
and feel good. When I
Yeah.
go on vacation, I can eat more. I can have chicken. I can eat even when I go on vacation, I love broccoli. And let's be real, broccoli didn't make me diabetic. Broccoli didn't make us overweight,
All
the
right.
beef.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. That's true.
So so that's why I don't know if you notice I comment sometimes on your videos. Um and you some of these people in your comments, they freaking hammer me
Oh, do they?
with
I
my
don't think I've
diet.
seen those comments.
The comments on they comment on my comment because I'm not here to tell anyone how to eat, right?
Right. Yeah.
You have to do what you're gonna do and do your research. And I know you love to do research and
Yeah.
more AI is wonderful. I use it too every day. And but I comment because and I say things because I don't know. I just think, I wish
I mean, once you
10
find
years
something
before,
that works for you, it's like, yeah, you want
right.
to share what worked for you with other people. So
Yeah.
I understand that. I get that.
Yeah. And unfortunately, I had to get to a point where I was having like my own crisis.
Not
So,
really. No. With
and
like,
then and then you and now you're having your own little crisis. So,
yeah, you're talking about a crisis with the diabetes.
and I wish that was when I had my crisis was the neuropathy pain, my vision. Like I
I
was,
see.
because you know what it is, Mark? It's like I was 39 years old. What am I gonna?
Yeah.
When I'm 60, if I even survive to be 60, right? What will my life be like? With amputations and
Yeah.
being blind?
Yeah. Yeah.
Forget about Tears of the Kingdom. I wouldn't be able to play any new Zelda game.
Yeah. That's very scary to think about for sure.
Yeah.
It's,
So that was my why.
yeah.
They say your why should make you cry. So,
Yeah. I feel like, with myself and with anyone, it's just these health scares kind of wake you up. I feel like it woke me up into what I need to be doing with my life. I feel like I just kind of took a lot for granted, glided through life and,
yeah,
dealing with the pulmonary embolisms. I mean, I know I could have died. Even the
yeah,
procedure, could have
yeah,
damaged something, killed me.
yeah.
Um, so I'm thankful to God that He was watching over me, and
Hmm.
I realize now that I can't just be gliding through life. It's like I have to do something. I have to take care of my body also. It's like I
Hmm.
realized, like I've said, that I'm addicted to food, and it's like that has to end. I kind of feel like sometimes
Hmm.
food is like this. Not that I worship food, but the food noise. I'm sure when you took the your meds,
Yeah. Hmm.
that food noise went away. I was looking into the injectable meds. What's
Yeah.
called the
GLP-1. Yeah.
GLP-1?
GLP-1 is like the category. Yeah.
I'm
Ozempic,
looking into
Mounjaro,
those
Zepbound. No, you have no other, you're not diabetic, right?
right now. I think
No.
I had blood tests done in May of this year.
Hmm.
Pretty sure my A1C was 5.7
No, pre-diabetic.
pre-diabetic. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I need
It's
to,
just at the beginning of pre-diabetes.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
So,
anyway, I was looking at at that
mhm,
medicine, and I never heard of the term food noise prior to that, but it's like I definitely had that food noise, and
yeah.
I feel like you have to. I feel like there's probably a few things in your life that can contribute to that. I feel like the way you were raised, like if you've always been raised on ultra processed foods and carbs, it just kind of
Mark,
happens.
that was our childhood, Mark.
Yeah, yeah. So,
Come on.
the
That
way
was
we're
it.
raised, we're craving that food. I mean, that creates food noise.
Yep.
And
And it's really
yes,
funny. And I'm glad you talked about that because one thing I forgot to mention was I really felt like I was broken as far as my satiety signals and my hunger signals.
yeah,
The hormones I talk about is like ghrelin and leptin. And you can actually have resist, just like we have insulin resistance, we can also have resistance to these hormones that tell our bodies when we're hungry, when we're not hungry, or when we're full or not full.
right, right.
And when I stopped taking Mounjaro, the tirzepatide, um, I never felt full. I never felt full, and I
You said
could
after
eat.
you stopped taking
Stop
that, you
taking
never
it.
felt full.
Yeah, I was doing carnivore-ish, right?
Yeah.
Ketovore, and Mark, I can tell you, I could eat 3 pounds, 4 pounds of meat, and
Wow.
I would get to the point where I'm uncomfortable, right? Right, but my brain would never say before that point would never say, "Hey, you're full."
Okay.
When I went Lion Diet this past month, my body started to work a little bit better, where I still have to eat slowly, because like I'm a fast eater. I'm sure you probably are similar.
Yeah, I am.
Um, uh, but I could eat a lot less food and then just stop and then get up. And then in 30 minutes, I feel great. I feel satisfied. And I feel like my body and I think it might have been the caffeine. It could have been the sweet flavoring that, the dairy, all that stuff. Remember, why do mammals make milk, right? Dairy to
To feed
fatten up their
ourselves.
babies, to fatten their babies up, right?
Yeah.
Quick, fast, right? We're
Yeah.
the only species that eat dairy after weaning, let alone from another animal, but that's another thing.
Yeah.
Um, it's just and it's just it's I'm searching for I'm just trying to fix myself, I'm just trying to fix myself.
Yeah.
Um, but I should also say before I started, I was on two medications for blood pressure. I was on cholesterol medication, and I was on the diabetes medication. I'm off all meds right now. My blood sugar is good. My blood pressure is great. I was taking a beta blocker to slow my heart rate down because my heart rate was always above 100, tachycardia. My resting heart rate is in the 60s now. Um, and I should say all these things happened before I lost all my weight. I was losing weight, but they resolved immediately when I reduced the number of carbs I was taking in.
Okay.
Um, and and just continued to get better. And uh I do have heart disease. So my one of the last meds I was on was the statin. And I said to myself, I'm gonna show my doctor. I'm gonna get a CAC score. That's when they do a scan of your arteries in your heart and they look for calcium buildup.
Oh,
It's
okay.
a very low radiation test, very fast, 5 minutes, and very cheap. Insurance doesn't cover it, but it costs $100. But
Okay.
you need a script. And I said, I'm gonna show this doctor. I'm gonna come back. I'm young. I'm gonna have a zero CAC score, no calcium buildup, and I'm gonna stop taking my statin. I'm gonna say, take your statin and shove it, right? Get the CAC score, not zero.
I see.
My score was 170. I have to look it up. It was not zero. And I was
Ooh,
39 years old. And when you're 40 years old, you should have a zero CAC score. You should have no calcium. So I was in like the 99th percentile of gonna die of a heart attack. At some point in my life, not at that moment, you know.
all right.
So I said, okay, whatever. I still stopped taking my statin. And I should tell you this, Mark, I was taking statin my entire life with diabetes, right? For 10 years, let's say, right? 8 years.
Okay.
My cholesterol at some points, I have lab work on I love these portals. You can go back in time sometimes. And my cholesterol, my LDL was like 30 at one point.
Oh, wow.
And I said to my doctor, I said, Doc, I've been taking these meds and my cholesterol has been low. Look at my lab work. How do I have calcium in my arteries? Crickets. Can't answer my question. So I stopped taking the statin. I ate my low carb diet and I got a CAC score done again in a year.
Okay.
And all the other carnivores, they have these amazing stories. Oh, my CA score went down, this, that, what other thing, you know? And then the other hand, they're like, oh, okay, it's normal if it goes up 20%. My CAC score went up 70% in one year,
Hmm.
from 170 to 300 and something, or 100 from 100 something to 370 or something.
I see.
And I just want people to know, and I want you to know is I don't know if I'm doing the right thing. I think I'm doing the right thing.
Yeah.
Um, But when you have everyone around me is telling me I'm doing the wrong thing, it's very frustrating, and I second guess myself all the time.
Yeah, yeah, that's gonna be tough. Yeah, it's
It's
hard.
tough. It's tough.
Yeah.
But I feel so good, and everything else is better. Everything, my diabetes is gone. You
Yeah.
know, I no longer have high blood sugar,
Yeah.
and I honestly think that my my heart disease, because that's what it is. It's heart disease.
Yeah.
Um, I think 100% was caused by high blood sugar, right? Damaging inside the arteries. And then, obviously your body wants to repair that damage, and that's where the buildup comes. And from inflammation from having a diet that was, tons of insulin in my blood and just all the processed foods and all the artificial stuff that we eat. I
Yeah.
honestly think that's where it's coming from. And
Yeah.
I'm not going to be a vegan um because plants are carbs, regardless of what,
Yeah.
I have to watch my blood sugar, so I'm choosing that.
Hmm.
I'm choosing that. So I just, it's frustrating. And that's why I watch these YouTube videos and I'm part of these communities because I constantly need to be grounded that, this is why we eat this way and this is why I'm doing it, you
All right.
know.
Yeah.
And I know that you are not at that point yet where you're going to give up all plants. but it can't hurt to listen and to join those meetings and just to listen and stuff like that. It's interesting. It's interesting stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. I like I questioned myself also with my way of eating. And it's like, well, just recently when I went to the cardiologist,
Yes. Oh my God, Mark, when I heard you say that in your last video, I got so angry.
yeah,
Like, how dare a doctor say if it tastes good, don't eat it?
yeah, he said if it doesn't taste or if it tastes good,
It
don't
tastes
eat it.
good, don't eat it.
And then he said I need to cut out egg yolks and also
The best part of
butter.
the egg. Go ahead.
Yeah, and also butter. He says swap out butter with I can't believe it's not butter. And
Which is poison.
I
Poison.
I knew it was. I looked at
I
the
know.
actual ingredients. It's soy oil and I
Yeah.
think palm oil.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, you know what?
Yep.
I know this cardiologist says to do this, but it's like sometimes you have to take a step back from everything and use
Yep.
your own logic. It's like
Please.
my
My
logic tells
doctors.
me
My,
eat natural. If I'm eating natural and I die from eating natural, then that's what happens.
right.
But, to ingest these man-made chemicals
Right.
that, just came out, I feel like since the 80s for millennials, I feel like it's catching up with us now. Like we're finding out
Yep.
what it actually does to us.
Yep.
I feel like it's safest to stick to what's natural. It's
But I'll challenge that even a little further with you.
yeah,
And let's go back. I don't even know how many years we have to go back. 1,000 years, not even. Not probably can only go back before we had refrigeration shipping, right?
right. Yeah. What did they
What
eat?
was what was natural for us
Exactly.
in our area?
Yeah,
I have access to every fruit, every vegetable, 24/7, 365.
that's true.
That's
Yeah.
not natural.
No, it's not.
It's not.
And
All
that's
right.
just with fruit. And
And that's just with fruit. And think
now
about
think of all the corn syrup injected into foods. That's definitely not natural.
or think about even the vegetables that we would have to even if you say, okay, humans grew vegetables, whatever, there's no pesticides. The animals would get to the vegetables first, the bugs.
Yeah, that's
Like
true.
if you think about humans as a species before technology, you can't say our diet was not primarily meat. You,
Yeah, that's
you,
true.
you can't say it. And I'm
Right.
not I'm not I'm not bashing the vegans. I love the vegans.
Yeah.
If it's working for you, go for it. Um, Obviously, a whole food plant-based vegan diet is better than the sad diet, sad American diet. Um, because it's natural stuff, but it's not what we would have had access to even 100 years ago, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah, it's true.
And just something to think about. I'm not saying, don't, like you were just eating passion fruit, right?
Yeah.
That came from someone's tree.
Well, yeah, that was given to me. I do have my own passion fruit vine, but yeah, that was
Right.
given to me.
So, but see, that's natural because you live in Florida,
Yeah.
and this fruit grows. Now, I don't know about passion fruits, but how often
Fruit.
are they in season? Right.
Yeah. They're in season right now, but I think they're maybe in season for a couple of months. Not
Okay, which
too
is a long time. Which is still a long time. But like for
long.
example, my brother lives in California, and in one place he used to live, he had an avocado tree in his backyard,
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
and it was
Get one too.
amazing. It was
Yeah.
amazing. But we didn't have avocados all the time, and they know how avocados are. They all become ripe at the same time.
Yeah, that's true.
Um, so, it's just there's something to think about. Like
Yeah.
yes, humans are able to eat vegetables and deal with sugar and fructose and all that stuff. We are. Our bodies are amazing things. But not the way we have it now.
Yeah.
Not the way we have it now.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
yeah, just
Yeah.
something to think about.
And I think, when you start to question yourself, you just have to remind yourself of that. It's
Yes, and
you're
and
eating
that's why
natural.
I every morning, I mean, Mara, look at me. I wake up every morning at 5 a.m., right, with the sun.
Yeah.
I this morning I woke up at 5 a.m. and by 5:30 I was riding my bike. I rode my bike for 10 miles
Wow, that's awesome.
and which was great. And then Dr. Kiltz is on in the mornings on the week at 6 a.m. I listen to Dr. Kiltz, and again we just talk about things like we just talked about. This is Kiko.
Oh, okay. She's cute.
She's
He
yeah,
or
she's
she?
one of our she's a girl. She's one of my wife and I do cat rescue. So
Oh,
she's
okay.
actually a cat we rescued
Oh,
in New York, and she's up for adoption.
oh, okay. That's
They've actually been really good. She just decided now to be annoying, but it's fine. And yeah, you have to just remind yourself, like I said, it's hard. It's really hard going against the grain. It's
oh
so
yeah.
hard.
Yeah,
And
especially nowadays, like you said, with the sad diet, it's you
mhm,
go out to a grocery store and I've always heard that it's best to stay on the perimeter of the store,
that's it, Mark.
fresh
That's
food.
it.
But
Yep.
even, nowadays doing that, you don't know what type of hormones they're giving animals. So
Hmm.
it's like when I can, I try to, the only meat I'll buy from Walmart is the farm or the grass-fed beef. Like, I don't buy any other
Yeah.
type of meat from Walmart. I've heard
Yeah.
that their beef is actually on par with McDonald's quality beef. I don't know if that's true, but with my experience, I have had a bad experience with their chicken, so I don't buy the chicken anymore. It just made me sick.
Chicken, you gotta be careful. You remember, ruminant animals like beef, they are able to filter out a lot more stuff. And that's why on
Okay.
Line Diet we just eat ruminants.
Okay.
You gotta
That's
be careful
interesting.
with chicken. Chicken, pork, you want to try to get quality meat there.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't eat grass-fed beef. I can't afford it. Um, and I like the taste of grain-fed beef better. It's
It is
fattier,
better. It is fattier.
and
Yeah.
that's fine. And I will say the the and the cheapest meat is still better than the processed carbohydrates. Like even
Right.
if you can only afford, and Dr. Berry always says this. You know Dr. Berry? He's
Uh,
a
yeah,
he's
I've
a
heard of it. Is
YouTube
that Eric
doc.
Berry?
No,
His
that's
first
Dr.
name?
Eric Berg is that's
Oh,
Dr.
Eric.
Berg. Dr.
Okay.
Berry is another doctor. He's
I have heard of him though. Yeah.
yeah, he always says that even if all you can afford to eat is hot dogs and frozen hamburger patties, it's better than
That's
than
true. They're very good for
eating like just all the processed carbs, yeah.
that. Yeah,
So,
I
and
agree.
even the plants, the stuff they spread in the plants, and
Yeah.
that's got to be doing something to us too, So,
Yeah.
you got to pick your battles, I still use Bluetooth AirPods, and I, drink out of plastic. I always tell people because the carnivores are crazy. They're like, "Oh, microplastics, oh, this that." So I'm drinking my water out of a plastic bottle. I'm like, "Yeah, I like my water with microplastics."
It's funny you mentioned
Um,
that. I bought some 3-gallon glass containers. I
yes,
don't know where
that you
I
refill,
heard
right?
that. Yeah, I don't know where I really heard about the microplastics, but it's true. Like, I try not to
Oh
heat things
yeah.
in plastic and
No, that I use glass containers for my food
yeah,
leftovers, yeah.
yeah.
But why do you have to your tap water is no good to drink?
I mean, I can drink it, but it just has a funny taste. I know they put fluoride in and other chemicals. It
Yeah.
just doesn't taste good.
Okay.
So I've thought about getting the reverse osmosis.
Yeah, it's expensive.
It's expensive. Then you have to swap the filters, and I had some issues like 5 years ago with leaking pipes in my bathroom, actually. So it's like
Hmm.
the less things I have that can leak, the better. So I just go down
Yeah.
the street and fill up those containers, and the water's really good. So I
Okay.
just do that.
Yeah.
But yeah. But yeah, I
But
feel, diet wise, it's I like I said it well, like I've tried carnivore and it's really
yeah.
difficult. My problem was because I'm addicted to food is I got bored with the meat. Uh
Yeah. I see, I don't know. I love it. It tastes great. I will
it
say, I
does, yeah,
know
it's delicious.
in one of your emails you were said, I had the best ribeyes. And listen, I don't have ribeyes every day. Are you kidding me? No way.
Oh
Most
no.
of my meals is ground beef and hamburger patties,
Okay.
like in the air fryer. I love the air fryer.
Yeah.
My local supermarket up here is called Stop and Shop, and it's similar to Publix, like a chain, stuff like that. It's on the Northeast, and they had the T-bones and the porterhouses on sale for 8.99 a pound for 4th of July,
Yeah,
right?
that's a good deal.
So I bought a few, put some in the freezer, was eating them. It's nice. Me and my wife can have steaks every night. It's really nice.
Yeah.
That after 4th of July, Mark, they went on sale for 5.99 a pound.
Did I? Wow.
Not promoted. It was just in the store. They must have had too many. Maybe they didn't
Oh,
sell
okay.
enough.
Yeah.
Mark, I bought 15. My
Yeah.
freezer is full of steak right now, which I'm
Yeah.
so happy. It
Yeah,
was
that's awesome.
120 bucks for 15 steaks,
Wow.
and each of them a pound and a half each, with the bone.
Wow. Yeah.
and and the savings my my the bill was 120 bucks and I think I saved 211.
Oh yeah, I bet you
I
did.
saved more than I had to spend.
Amazing.
But that's how you have to do it. You need to shop
Stock.
the sales,
Yeah,
get a freezer,
it's a good idea.
and what's great about meat versus vegetables is we have vegetables that there's lots of waste. Things go bad, you have to get rid of it, you have to eat it before it goes bad.
All right.
Frozen meat never goes bad. It never goes bad.
Yeah, that's
I've eaten a steak that's been in the freezer for a year. It tastes fine.
still fine. Yeah. Do
Tastes
you
fine.
vacuum pack your
I
meat?
do. I do.
Okay.
So the steaks from Stop and Shop come already vacuum sealed, so I kind of just throw them in the freezer in their package.
Okay.
Um, but if I have to do anything like break down my own meat or make my own portions, I have a little vacuum sealer with the plastic
Okay.
bags.
Oh, okay.
Um, what's he gonna do?
Yeah.
But the like usually what for ribeyes will like for Christmas time or for Easter, the whole rib roast will go on sale for $6.99 a pound. And my
Uh,
wife, she bought a giant knife, like a big butcher's knife, and she'll cut the ribeye into steaks. Whole
okay.
roast into ribeye steaks, and I vacuum seal and freeze those. So
Okay.
that's one way that we get ribeye.
That's
I love pork belly. Get it from Costco. Big slab of pork belly. We cut that up into strips. Delicious in the air
yeah.
fryer.
That
Delicious.
sounds good.
I
Wow.
love chicken. I love chicken too. But right now I'm doing good on just having, the beef.
Yeah.
And that's it. So yeah, listen, I know you'll find your way, but
Yeah,
um
yeah, I feel like, for myself, I'm just doing, I don't know if you would call my diet a ketovore.
I know what you're
I'm,
doing. You're
I'm
doing the Mark diet.
exactly. I know I do have some
And I
almond
do the
flour in
Lewis
the
diet.
cupboard. I've got almond flour in the cupboard, and I haven't been eating that lately, but I know I need to. Well, actually, I thought it was interesting. You were talking to I forget the person's name about low oxalate diets.
Yes.
And I've had two kidney stones before, and I asked the doctor
Ah.
what caused those, and he told
Did
me,
you did you send the zone for analysis or no? Did you pee into the strainer?
actually, I freak. Yeah, I think I did. And I guess the
It'll
result
tell
of
you.
that was just high oxalates, I guess. I kind of forget now. But
So spinach,
yeah, that's what, yeah.
almonds, it's
Yeah.
poison. Could you imagine? And we
Yeah.
were freaking. I was putting a pack of spinach in a blender,
Oh,
Ugh.
I can finish.
Like making these green drinks, green smoothies. It
Yeah.
is again. Think about the past, right?
Uh,
When would a human be able to consume five
man,
pounds of spinach in a drink?
that's true. Yeah.
Just it's and listen, I'm not again, if it's working for you, go for it.
Yeah.
But I like just to think in my old age, right? And I'm older than you, so I can say that. In my old age, you know, it's just easier to think what was it like before, you know?
Yeah.
And and I believe, and again, I believe the human body wants to be healthy.
Oh, yeah. He needs homeostasis.
and and I believe the human body doesn't do anything that would kill itself, right? So like for example, my cholesterol is higher than what my doctors would like it to be.
Yeah.
But my body is doing that and everything else is better. I don't know if do you ever get your fasting insulin checked?
Fasting insulin? No. No, I
Yeah.
don't get that checked.
I'm gonna email you the list of labs I get done if you
Okay.
want to maybe ask your doctor to do it.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
my fasting insulin when I first started was over 30, and that was after a month already of doing keto.
Okay.
And that just tells you that your body has to create so much insulin to try to keep your blood sugar down. Now it's my last one was I think my lowest fasting insulin was 1.8, which is like my doctor was like,
Wow.
"Are you a type 1 diabetic?" I was like, "No, relax."
Yeah.
My doctors don't know how I eat. I tell them because even my cardiologist, he's nice, but he's like your cardiologist. And so I eat a modified
Mediterranean.
Mediterranean diet.
Yeah, you already say that. That's funny. I mean, that's what it is.
It is, yeah, it is. It's very modified.
Yeah,
But yeah, my fasting insulin was crazy. Now it's like below 5, which is great. And my the big thing of me for me was my high sensitivity CRP, which is an inflammation marker.
I see.
It was 40 and they wanted to be below 1.
Below one.
And Mark, this one marker took so long to come down. Finally, I have it below 3. I'm not at the point where I want it to be at. The doctors are happy with it because it was so high before. And
Yeah.
this is it just basically checks for any type of inflammation you have in your body.
Okay.
Um, and um, and yeah, I think that those would be really good. And I also think you should wear a CGM.
I've thought about that in the past. Yeah.
I
I
think
actually,
I would watch Mark's Epic Weight Loss if you ate wore a CGM
yeah.
and you had some of your treats or your
Yeah.
toast,
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I know. Yeah. I know
you
definitely
know.
toast spikes the
So
insulin.
the Dexcom Stello, it's I think $100 for 2 sensors. Each one is 15 days, so it's $100 for a month. It connects to your phone, you know.
Yeah.
And I would even send you one of my Dexcom G7s if you wanted. I have extra.
Okay. That's the
Whatever
actual device that attaches to
to
the
your
arm.
body, right? And then your phone is your receiver. So it's Bluetooth. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Um, the Dexcom G7 is made more for type 1 diabetics, so that it has more alarms and it's kind of annoying. But
Uh,
the Stelo is made more for people like you that are just interested in seeing how food affects your blood sugar. Yeah. So,
yeah. If you could
just
send
an
me
idea.
some, yeah, send me some information about that device, the Stella. And you said,
Stelo, yeah,
do
I'll
I need
email
a
it to you.
script
Yeah.
to get that, or can I just buy it
No,
myself?
Stelo's over the counter, which is amazing. I wish I had that. You can actually get them on Amazon.
Okay.
But you also can buy them directly from Dexcom. And if you sign up for their, this is a big deal because we didn't have access to these until without a prescription until recently, which is great. But and I'm a big fan of just your own data and you're seeing how things affect you.
Yeah.
But the Stelo, I think if you subscribe to it, so you get like auto delivery every month, it's $89 a month for 2 sensors, and each sensor lasts 15 days. Supposed to last
Okay.
15 days. I'll email it to you. I'll email you the blood work and I'll email you those links.
Yeah.
Um,
Cool.
but like I said, I've been watching you for a few months and um, I don't comment all the time because usually they yell at me for saying don't eat vegetables.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
like to say I usually don't start talking to people about carnivore. I use other words. I'll say no carb diet or
Yeah.
I don't eat vegetables. Oh no, not even that. I say I don't eat plants because that's technically what it is.
Yeah.
I don't use the C word right away, but because
I
people,
mean,
it's out there.
yeah, I'm definitely not against the carnivore diet. I
Yeah,
just,
no, it's fine. Yeah.
like I said, I tried it, it didn't quite work for me, and
hmm
that's not to say it's the diet's fault. I know it's my fault to
And
be.
Mark, I think it's also appropriate to have a carnivore meal, right? Like you don't
Yeah,
have to have it. You don't have to be carnivore all the time. It's
24. Yeah,
fine,
yeah,
you know?
yeah. Which I've
Like
done that.
and you've done it and you still do it. Bacon and eggs,
Yeah,
right? Bacon and eggs is a perfectly delicious carnivore meal. And stop
yeah.
having chicken sausage, okay? Stop doing that. Get some real sausage, some real
I forget
bacon.
the well, actually, my sister went up to Georgia recently with her family. She brought me
Yeah.
back today. I finally got the sausage she got from Carol Sausage. So
Oh,
yeah, and that's pork sausage. She got
okay.
Vidalia sweet onion and jalapeno cheddar and mild. So I'll be eating that soon.
I like sausage, but I hate that it's just sometimes like one carb per link. And it's just annoying, when I can just have bacon at 0 carbs,
Yeah, that's
You
true.
know,
Yeah.
I'm obsessed with my carb count. It's
Yeah.
it's it's crazy, but it's fine. It's okay.
I
But
think the reason why I switched to chicken recently was because the sausage I was buying wasn't organic. Uh,
mhm,
and the
got
Applegate
it.
sausage I could buy organic. I mean, it's frozen.
Applegate's a great brand. I used to eat their
Yeah.
bacon a lot before I started getting the Costco bacon because it's cheaper. The Costco bacon's cheaper. Do you have a Costco by you or no? You go to Sam's? Where do you go?
There, I have Costco. I mean, it's not
Okay.
close, but yeah, within 20,
Are
30
you a
minutes.
member or no?
No, I'm not.
No. Okay.
I just typically I'll shop. Usually to buy meat, I'll go to Publix. Publix typically, and
So expensive, right? You got to look for
oh,
sales.
yeah, crazy expensive. Like
And
you're talking about the.
just everything, everything. Does your Publix do manager specials where they do markdowns for meat that's gonna go bad soon?
I don't think they do that actually.
Walmart does it. It's a yellow sticker.
Okay.
And it's reduced in price because the sell by date is coming up soon. So I'll also do a lot of that where I'll go to the supermarket, typically like late morning when the after the meat people can come out and label everything.
Yeah.
And it will be like I'll get like chicken wings or I'll get like a whole roast and it will be really discounted because the sell by date is like today or tomorrow.
Yeah.
And then you throw it in the freezer. And it's
Yeah.
or you cook it that day, whatever you want to do. So you have to shop
Good idea.
around. And also going to a place like Costco helps too.
Yeah.
Stuff like
I
that,
like
you
to
know.
shop at Aldi's. Do you have
Oh yeah,
Aldi?
they're very affordable too. We have them here, yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
and they're grass fed. I know you said you don't really care for the
I mean,
grass
I
fed
will
meat,
eat it if
but
I can afford it. I would if I can eat it, afford it.
around for me, Aldi's is definitely cheapest for grass fed beef.
Mm-hmm.
So I've done that in the past. But like you said, it's more tough because there's less fat in it
Less
from
fat, yeah.
no
I
grain.
do I do best with more fat.
Oh yeah, me too.
I notice my blood sugar is high when I eat a higher ratio of protein to fat, and that's because your body can only use so much protein at one time, and then it
Yeah,
creates glucose out of it. Um, but um, but when I eat like a lot of fat, my blood sugar does not budge. It's great, and again I feel full,
yeah.
which is good. So
That's one thing when I was doing keto back and when I started keto in 2017. So like I realized the more fat I ate, the more satiated I felt.
yeah,
So
it's
eating
amazing.
high fat for me, I feel like I don't do as high fat now. Like back then, I was doing fat bombs and
Yeah.
fat
Yeah,
shakes.
see that
Um,
I like clean keto. I eat the meat, the fat that comes with the meat. That's it.
right. Yeah.
That's it. And then
But
if it's a lean meat, you can add butter, you can add tallow.
yeah, ghee,
Um,
ghee's good.
on my Instagram, I'll send you my Instagram account. I usually post pictures of my meals
Okay.
just because I like to freak out the vegans. No.
Yeah.
I liked my family's always fascinated with I'm like a novelty at this point.
Okay.
So they like to watch. And it's also for accountability for myself. I can show people what I made. Like yesterday, my wife found a uh bottom round beef roast on Manager Special. It was so cheap. Like
Okay.
3 pounds, this 3 pound beef. And I smoked it
Oh, really?
and it came out just salt, and then I smoked it with oak pellets, and it came out so
Yeah,
good,
that
Mark.
sounds really good.
And with the horseradish, oof,
Oh yeah. I've
that's
had
what I
that.
put the horseradish on. It was really, really good.
I love a good smoked brisket. Oh man,
Yeah,
so
delicious,
delicious. I went to
delicious,
Texas in 2019, and I've never had brisket like that before. It was like eating pork belly. That was first
amazing. I
time.
know,
Oh
I
man,
know,
it's delicious.
it's good
I don't
stuff.
have a smoker, but I would like to get one and maybe experiment with it.
My wife bought me an indoor smoker. They make one for it's like it looks like it's like the size of like a big microwave.
Okay,
It's
yeah, I
made
think I've
by
seen.
GE. Super stupid expensive. It's
You
like a
said it.
thousand. It's like $1,000.
Oh wow,
Stupid expensive. But my wife found it for 50% off, $500, which is still stupid expensive. I told her, she goes, listen, if this is how you're gonna eat now, smoke inside the house. I said, okay. It came out, and the stuff comes out great.
wow,
I
that's awesome.
smoked burgers. I
Huh,
smoked, obviously I've done brisket, I've done chicken wings. It's fun. It's good and maybe that's what you need too. If you get tired of the meat, prepare things differently and you
that's
can
a good idea.
maybe, stuff
Yeah,
like that.
yeah, definitely.
Um, yeah, but that's it.
I
I
do
don't
have a
know.
grill. I love to grill chicken
Hmm.
thighs. Like you can't replicate that flavor in the kitchen, inside, indoors at least. So I love to grill.
Yeah. Well, luckily for you, your weather's nice all year round. It's not like here where it gets winter time.
Right, yeah, yeah. It's
But
really
you'll be but
seamless.
you'll be experiencing New York winter soon, right? You guys still planning to come up?
Um, oh yeah. I was like, how do you know about this? You watch my
You
channel.
talk about it. Yeah. Well, and the only reason
So,
why I remember that is because I live in New York. So I was like, oh, Mark's come to New York.
yeah, so I made the hotel reservations, but that's all I've done so far. So I'm hoping I just progressively get better.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
it's
got
just
time.
yeah, it's still a few months away. I think
Yeah,
the plan was to go right before Christmas,
beautiful time of the year.
the
So
19th,
nice.
20th, around that time.
And
But yeah,
don't let what they say about our city fool you. It's still a great place.
it's still great. Yeah.
It's still a
Oh,
great
yeah. Oh,
place. Yeah.
it's beautiful. I love going to the city. That's
Yeah.
where I usually go to Manhattan,
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah.
especially
Well,
around
yeah.
the
If you're
holidays.
visiting, you go right to you stay go to Manhattan. You have a
Yeah.
good time.
I love for the holidays. I really like Christmas. I like going to the Bryant Park, the outdoor
Yep.
market at Christmas time, and that's really cool. So
Yeah.
I wanted to bring
All the food that we can't eat.
exactly can't eat, shouldn't eat, but I'll probably partake in. I mean, especially that pizza. So I probably shouldn't be talking about this, but
It's
yeah,
okay. It's okay.
I feel like
You can
it's.
edit this part out.
I'll post the whole thing. Well, it's like you said, it's when you go away, I don't know, like when you went or when you plan to go on a cruise
Yep.
or something.
Yep.
I plan to enjoy, I'll still kind of watch myself. Obviously, if I'm doing strict keto and I uh decide to partake in sugar, if I eat something super sweet,
Mm-hmm.
I in the past I've had experiences where I feel like a strong heaviness in my head and just a full, which I still don't know what. I mean, it seems like the sugar causes this, but I get like full body aches. It's kind of like,
Wow.
when you have the flu and you just feel achy.
Yeah.
It's like that's how I feel. I get full body aches.
Like reverse keto flu, reverse.
Yeah, it kind of seems like that. And when I started keto, I felt that problem so often.
Mm-hmm.
It was like I thought the keto flu only lasted for maybe a week or so, but I was having it consistently throughout the 1 or 2 years I was like really into keto. But then I did some Googling and someone had an issue being allergic to stevia. I'm allergic to ragweed and stevia's in the same family.
Hmm.
So
Oh,
I cut out,
really?
yeah, I cut
And
out
what were
stevia.
you feeling? Like were you getting a runny nose or like,
I just the full body aches,
oh,
like
really?
just in the,
Wow.
it felt like it was in my joints and muscles. It just felt achy. It didn't feel good.
Oh, so
Um,
that's why you prefer monk fruit because you can't take stevia.
right, yeah. I stopped stevia and I try to stay away from anything sweetened with monk fruit just in general because you're reinforcing your craving for
So good,
sweetness.
I know.
Yeah,
And
but
honestly, it's amazing. I haven't had anything sweet since June 1st, and I love it. I'm so happy. But I know that and again, we could talk about being a moderator or being an abstainer. I have to be an abstainer from certain things, right?
yeah. That's how I am with
And
carbs.
yep. And sweet taste. I know even though I've haven't had a sweet taste in over a month and they
Yeah,
say it takes 2 weeks or whatever, I know in an instant I'll be back. In an
yeah.
instant I'll be back. It's like recovering from drugs or alcohol. It really is the same thing.
Oh yeah,
It really
yeah.
is the same
Sugar
thing.
stimulates the same part of your brain as
Yeah.
cocaine does.
It
And
really, really
kind of
does.
I'm like that too, is I should cut out the sweets completely because it does trigger me into wanting more carbs. I know it does. So but
Yeah.
I've lessened the amount a lot. So it's kind of helping.
Yeah.
And I think what's really helping me right now, I think in maybe yesterday's video, I talked about doing intermittent fasting, eating 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. until
Yep.
at least November. That's when my hematologist will do.
I love that eating that. I love stopping at 2. That's such a great, it's so good for you.
Yeah, I feel better too. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah, I do have hunger pangs, but I feel better. I
You can go
sleep
and then but
better.
you could go to sleep. Yeah.
Yeah, I have more energy.
You stay up late. You stay up too late too.
Yeah, I have been trying to work on my sleep, but the last couple of days I have been staying up too late. I've been staying up till I think sometimes like doing intermittent fasting, I have more energy. Like I feel amped up. It's like I
Hmm.
had caffeine, but I don't drink caffeine.
Well, yeah, I think it's your ketones,
Okay, yeah,
you
that
know.
makes sense.
Ketones are going,
So
But
it's I just I don't get tired, but I know I just need to force myself to go to sleep, shut off the cell phone, and go to sleep.
yeah, and that's the problem too. I try to be in bed by 10, but
Yeah,
I start watching a show or, some crazy,
yeah.
or we're just running around and all of a sudden it's 11 o'clock and I'm still awake.
I know too that sleep's very important as far as like regulating hormones and
Yes,
losing
blood
weight.
sugar. Yep.
I mean, I don't know how important it is compared to diet and exercise, but I know it's up there. So I need to,
I think it's all important
yeah,
and you can be successful with not getting good sleep, but I think at
Yeah,
some point you'll have to you'll have to dial that in, you know?
that's
And
true.
just to give you some you mentioned about going on vacation, eating on vacation.
Yeah.
Since starting my health journey, I have been on two cruises. One was a short 5 day cruise from New York to Bermuda, which should be illegal. 5 day cruise should be illegal, too short.
Yeah.
And I did not wear my CGM. Um, and I did fine. Um, I did not go off my diet at all. I did eat vegetables. So like when someone's cooking me broccoli, I'll eat that. But I did great on the cruise. Cruises are great for zero carb eating because there's tons of meat. Tons
Yeah,
of
that's
meat.
true.
And then most recently I went on a cruise with my mom. My mom is 72 and she's not really retired, but she acts like she is. And she wants to travel, and she found a great cruise leaving from New York, transatlantic to London.
Oh, okay.
And she asked her brother to go with her, her sister-in-law. Everyone said no. It was leaving like in a month. She just found the sailing. So my wife's like, you should go with her because I can. My wife works in the school, so she can't take off during the school year, but I don't work in the school. I have flexibility with my vacation time. So I went to my mom and I said, I accept. If you'll pay
Okay.
for me, I'll accept.
That's
So we
awesome.
went on a cruise from New York to Europe, stopping, we went to Canada. It was supposed to stop at Iceland, but they canceled Iceland because of some iceberg. I don't know. It was tragic. And then we were in Ireland and London, in the UK and stuff like that.
Okay.
And I stayed perfect. I did not eat. I ate in the main dining room, they have the New York strip steaks. I had two New York strip steaks a day, side of broccoli. Sometimes I had a Caesar salad, no croutons.
Okay.
And I wore my CGM the entire time. We were on the ship for 14 days.
Wow.
My blood sugar was great. I was still drinking coffee, obviously. This is before I changed that.
Yeah.
And and I got home, I lost a half a pound.
Wow.
Um, so you can do it. You can
Yeah.
do it. And I should say I wasn't suffering. I had a great time.
Yeah.
I've never been to Europe before. It was a great experience. And I think part of, I understand, Mark, that food is an important part of an experience, but, and I know you know this, but we can enjoy life and enjoy people and enjoy
Yeah.
experiences without it, you know?
Oh yeah. Yeah, definitely. There's a lot more
Um,
to life than food. Definitely.
yeah, yeah. And it's more to life than going to Bryant Park and getting a hot chocolate. You don't have to do it,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's very true.
which is very nice in Bryant Park.
Yeah, that's very true.
But that's it. I don't know. It's just, and again, yeah, everyone has to get there on their own. I don't know. I'm there.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you just got to do what, makes you feel good.
Yeah.
If you can travel and eat well, then yeah, more power to you.
Hmm.
I
Yeah.
went to Europe last year and
Yes, I
I
remember.
had carbs, but I was still kind of cognizant of what I was eating. I was trying to cut down on the portions, but yeah, it's
Yeah.
if you
The thing
want
that
to,
sucks, the thing that sucks the most about this way of eating, any low carb, keto, ketovore, carnivore,
yeah,
is you got to be all in or all out. There's
yeah,
and that's not so really true. There are other people that eat carnivore or eat keto Monday through Friday, and then Saturday and Sunday they're drinking and going crazy. Sure.
right,
But for me and for what I needed to heal,
yeah,
you can't go off.
yeah,
Can't,
that is true.
And if you do, it takes time to get back on, so
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it is very easily to get kicked out of ketosis. Uh,
yeah.
I forgot the name of it. Dr. Jason Fung
Oh yeah.
advertised it. It was this little thing that you blow into.
Oh yes, the lumen.
Yeah, 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 the lumen.
Yes.
I was doing that
Nice.
for a while. I guess that it tracks something to check to
Mm-hmm.
see if you're in ketosis, but I stopped doing
Mm-hmm.
that after a while. But
Does that use like cartridges or something, or does it just the device itself?
yeah, just
Nothing.
the device itself.
That's
Yeah,
good. Yeah,
yeah.
because I have ketone. I check my ketones with blood, and
Oh,
the
okay.
strips are so expensive. They're like $1 each.
Oh, really?
So
Yeah,
I don't do it that often.
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I should, I guess one of the reasons why I've been eating carbs, some carbs now, is just started the blood thinner. And
Yep.
originally, after all this stuff happened, my doctor told me, don't worry about the diet, just eat. I forget how he worded it, but he said like eat the average diet, I guess. Highly processed food. So I kind of introduced carbs, and then I was getting
Listen,
the
but
dizziness, and I wasn't too sure if it was
it
maybe the
sounds
lack of carb.
it sounds a little backwards to me. I don't know. I don't know why.
But yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
it does.
I don't know.
The really the medical profession nowadays is like you have to advocate for yourself. It's
Yeah.
like the so many doctors, all these specialists I've seen. I mean, they're good doctors, but I feel pretty rushed at all of the appointments. And, that's because they take insurance and they want to see the more people they see, the more money they generate. So it's like that's understandable.
Yeah.
A couple of weeks ago, I switched my primary doctor. She's a
Hmm.
subscription-based doctor.
Oh,
So
you were talking about that? Did you go with that?
yeah, yeah, I went with that. Well,
That's
actually,
great.
so,
Good for
well,
you.
I'm keeping my primary doctor for insurance, so I'm still technically seeing him, but I'm going to a different primary. And the first time I met with her, I was talking to her for over 2 hours at the appointment, and I
Wow.
have access to her and her nursing assistant with text messaging or calls. So it's just, I decided to, with this sort of situation, I wanted access to doctors because I've been getting these new symptoms and not too sure
Hmm.
what to do about it. I've been to the ER like 3 times. So it's worked out a lot. But people going through health issues, so you really have to advocate for yourself. Don't just assume these doctors all know what they're doing and they're doing everything they need to be doing for
Listen,
you.
Dr. Berry, I know I talk about Dr. Berry a lot. He's just a YouTube doctor, but he saved my life.
Yeah.
And Dr. Berry always, he has a famous saying. He says, and it's so true. And when you say, because people, they kiss the ground their doctors walk on, right? And again, like I said, I love my doctors. They help me out. They do what I want them to do. We're a team, right?
Yeah.
But doctors are just dudes and chicks. That's it.
They're just
They're dudes
dudes and
and
chicks.
chicks. They're
Oh, okay.
just like us.
Yeah, that's true.
They're just like us. Now, does your new doctor, the subscription doctor, does she is she supportive of a low carb diet, or is she still just a standard diet that gives you more a standard doctor that gives you more time?
No, she's supportive. She's the one that turned me on to Diet Doctor back in 2017.
Oh,
But then
so this
I,
is so let me tell you right now why she's a good doctor.
uh,
You ready? You ready for this?
yeah,
She could not practice the way she wanted to practice
uh,
in the medical system with
uh,
insurance
maybe that's why she
because
went
she
subscription.
was not conforming to standard of care, right?
Really? Okay, that makes
Standard of
sense.
care, and to ask her this, say, ask her that because I think standard of care, send her this link, this video. I think standard of care tells people like me that you're going to be diabetic forever. It's chronic, it's progressive, right? And that's what my doctor still thinks.
Well,
That's
that's
why I
what
still
they
got,
want, probably. They want
that's
to push
why
those
well,
kids.
no, and if you eat a standard diet, it is chronic and
Yeah,
progressive.
true.
But that's why my insurance still covers my CGM. I haven't been diabetic for 2 years.
Okay.
But you know why? Because once you get the diagnosis, you're diabetic for life. And in
They're
this
used to
regard,
covering it.
I'm okay with that because I want my CGM covered.
Yeah.
But that's why
Wild.
she went to private the subscription base because she could not accept insurance anymore because she could not practice the way she wanted to practice.
That makes sense
And
now.
good for her.
Yeah.
Good for her.
So like back in 2017,
Yeah.
I really liked going to her, but when she stopped accepting insurance, I
Hmm.
was like, well, I don't really want to pay for it out of pocket. So that's when I left. And then going through all this stuff, it's like I really liked her. Like I'm going back to her. I don't care what the cost is.
There's another, and good for you. I'm glad, you know what? It's good. It's good to even just have that access, which is really nice.
Oh
There's
yeah.
another doctor that practices in Florida, that supports low carb diets and metabolic health.
Oh really?
He has an office in Jacksonville and an office in Jupiter. I'm not sure how close those are to you. It's closer than New York.
Jacksonville, yeah. Jacksonville's like a 5 hour drive for me. Jupiter, I've heard of it. I think it's still pretty far. I'm pretty close to Tampa, like Central Florida.
Right, right.
But
Okay. Yeah, I mean it's
this
closer than
doctor,
yeah.
I think I didn't really talk too much about diet with her when I spoke to her recently, but I think she said she's on carnivore. So yeah, she's definitely supportive of a low carb diet.
Listen, I think you should get her to come on your channel, talk
Yeah,
a little bit. That'd be really cool.
yeah, I haven't thought about that, but yeah, I could
Yeah.
talk to her. Yeah, that's a good idea. So
Well, and to talk to her a little bit more and see what she'll do.
yeah, yeah.
But I think it's interesting. I just, I don't know. I'm constantly getting into fights online with people that say moderate and eat the rainbow, and
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. It just doesn't sound right to me. But hey, listen, like I said from the very beginning, I'm not here to tell you how to eat. I
Hmm.
just wanted to share my experience, and I really just wanted, I just want you to be healthy. I want you
Thank you.
to get there,
Thank
you
you.
know?
I hope the same for you. I think you're doing well. You've definitely dropped huge amount of weight, so that's also
Yeah.
doing
Yeah,
great.
yeah, yeah. I mean, this is a medium. Can you imagine wearing a medium?
Wow.
I was wearing a 3X.
Were you?
Oh,
Wow.
let me show a picture.
That's
That
what I'm in
was
right now, 3X.
okay.
It's getting
Listen.
kind of baggy. I think I have to
So
get
this
down to like
is this
260.
is this picture was
Oh,
taken on
wow.
March 13th.
Look a lot different.
This is right before I started. This is like when I looked for that date in
Okay.
March in 2023. This is the closest date that I had a picture. This is a picture I took. I needed a new picture for website at work, and this is that picture.
Oh,
And
okay.
then I have I know. I mean, so like there's two types of people in my life. There's people that knew Fat Lewis, and people who don't. And people who never knew me when I was heavier, they can't even picture it,
Oh, yeah.
you know? But listen, listen, my body's like I have a lot of skin, it's fine. I mean, whatever. I'm not looking to go no.
Yeah, I know that's something that I'll have to face eventually, all the loose skin,
Yeah, but
but
I'd rather have that than diabetes.
yeah, exactly. I've thought about like skin surgery, but I don't know how expensive it is, and to put myself through that, it's like I feel
It's
that
and insurance doesn't cover it, and it's a lot of
yeah,
money, and
yeah,
yeah, I'm not looking for I'm not winning.
yeah.
It's not something I need to do right now.
No, I'll never
Um
reach like a perfect body.
no,
It's like I
no.
know that's not gonna
And
happen.
let me see. I'm trying to find. Oh, okay, this is probably when I was at my thinnest. And this is on that cruise, Panama Canal cruise that I told you right before I started taking Manjaro when I got COVID on the cruise.
Oh, okay.
This share. I mean, this is crazy.
Wow. So how heavy were you there?
This is right before this is at the end of 2022, so I probably was maybe like two. I don't really know. I really didn't weigh myself that often back then, but like that probably was like 280, 290. Maybe two. Remember when I started in March, it was 275. So it probably was more than 275.
Uh,
Yeah, and then on the right is probably my lowest weight, and you can even see in my face like I was a little bit thinner.
how, yeah, your lowest. Oh, yeah, that's right. You said you gained
I
30
was I
pounds.
yeah, so I got into 160s, and then um I 30 pounds got me closer to 200, and now I'm 181.
Okay.
And my goal, my window I would like to be in is between 175 and 180 is where I
Okay.
would like to hang out.
175 and 180. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's probably, I mean, you're taller than me. It's probably what I need to be at, if
Yeah,
not.
like an inch. You're a tall guy. You're pretty tall,
My yeah, I'm not
you
trying to hit
know.
perfection. I'm just trying. I figure if I can get down to 200, I'll be doing pretty good. So get down to that and see how I feel at that point. I just emailed you a photo of, I don't know if you've seen this. I think I posted it on my community tab on my
Oh
channel, but
my God.
the photo on the left is my heaviest, 401.
Did you go to the same place?
Yeah. Yeah, I took a photo in the same place. It's behind the area where I worked.
Can I tell you, you look so young you look so much younger.
In the after photo.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. It's
It's
crazy.
amazing. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
Oh man. I can't wait to once I hit my lowest again, I'll add my current self to it, do the
Yeah.
comparison. So
And listen, don't, talk to your doctor about the GLP-1. I mean, I definitely think that I wish I would have not gone on such a high dose. I think a low dose, if the lowest dose you can that is working, you should stay on that dose for as long as possible and not go any higher.
yeah,
I just don't know if insurance is going to cover it, I don't know how good your insurance is in that regard because, for example, my insurance doesn't cover obesity medication at all.
okay.
Because think about it, everyone's obese.
Oh yeah,
They'd be. If they
yeah,
covered it.
that's true.
But your insurance might cover it. So, um,
Yeah,
just something to look into, just have the conversation.
yeah,
Anything to avoid weight loss surgery. And again, I know
oh yeah,
lots of people have had surgery and they've been successful, but
yeah,
I've also heard lots of people have it and have complications from it. And let's be real, you're modifying your body
yeah,
that can't be undone. Um, you take a shot once a week, you stop taking the shot if you want to stop taking the shot. It's not
yeah.
like it's less permanent. So I don't know.
Yeah, I've thought about that stuff in the past. My feelings, especially with like modifying your body, I feel that it doesn't, it's like, I think losing weight for me has been like 80%, if not more, a mental process. Like I've had to change my mentality of how I view food,
Hmm.
modifying my body, like getting most of my stomach cut out or
I know.
anything else. It's like, that's not going to change my feelings toward food. Maybe it'll change the food noise. I don't know. But I feel like I would probably gain the weight back because I know some people who
They
gain
do.
the weight back. Yeah.
Most people do. You know why? Because they can eat through it or even drink sugar,
Yeah.
drink.
They drink their
It's
calories and or they
yeah,
snack, they just snack throughout the whole day.
yeah.
So it's
Graze,
over
graze.
time
Yeah.
they consume those excess calories and then also stretch their stomach back
Hmm.
out. So I just
Yeah.
feel
Just
that
look. Yeah. Ask your
intermittent
doctor.
fasting is working
Y-
really well.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. Yeah, but talk to your doctor about it because I think she might have certain opinions also, and you trust your doctor.
Yeah, that's true.
Um, and to see maybe insurance will cover it, maybe not, but it definitely
Yeah.
doesn't hurt to
Get to.
investigate it.
Maybe like the
Like
tablets you're talking about.
I, yeah, I really enjoyed. No, you did, if you want to do the injection is better.
Oh, the injection.
And it's fine, it doesn't hurt. But like I felt good on it, and like I said, you just talked about the whole mental piece, right?
Yeah.
The GLP-1 drugs really work in your brain too. which
Yeah,
is
I've heard
kind
that
which
they
is which
do.
is kind of scary, but
Yeah, yeah,
but that's what really helps you. It really, it really helps just, quiet down that noise,
yeah.
that and then skinny people, I'm not a skinny person, right? I might be thin right now, but I'm not a skinny person. But the skinny people, they're like, I don't understand. What do you mean? You're thinking about food?
Food
I'm
noise.
like, go away, skinny person. Go away.
Exactly. Yeah.
You don't know what it's like.
That's why
Um,
I feel I don't know. I get kind of not frustrated, but I feel like if you've never been significantly obese, it's like I don't think you really know what it requires to lose this weight. It's like if you've only had to lose maybe 10, 20 pounds all your life, I don't think it's the same thing, in my
yeah,
opinion. It's like you
I
see
agree.
these trainers who have been physically fit all their lives and then they
Hmm.
gain some weight to show their client and they can easily lose it. It's like it's no, the process is still different. The person who's been obese all their life, like of course, obviously they were raised this way. It's like the ultra processed food and these chemicals are ingrained in their bodies. I think
Hmm.
it's the cell. How often do the cells like replace themselves in your body? So I don't know if that makes a difference or not, but it's you become accustomed to certain habits, certain ways of eating, and yeah, it's just mentally you got to break that. It's just
That's the hard. That's the hard.
yeah,
That's the hardest
mental thought
part.
process you have to break. Someone who hasn't experienced that part of it, I feel like they don't really know what that entails. It's really hard.
Yeah, I'm really interested about your doctor though and how she eats because if a doctor doesn't eat plants,
Yeah,
You
I
want
can't
to,
remember. She said something about
yeah,
carnivore, but like I said, we didn't really discuss it. But yeah, next time I meet with her, I will talk about diet more with her.
yeah, I'd be interested I would be interested in that. I think that's really good. I didn't realize, I know you mentioned you thinking about going back to that doctor for but I didn't know you did it, which is, I'm glad you did.
Yeah, yeah, I
I'm
did.
glad you did.
Yeah, I was happy I did. Once she spent 2 hours with me, I've been super
Amazing.
critical, or not critical, but I've been keeping logs of how I've been feeling physically, logs of
Yes.
my appointments, logs of all the radiology tests I have. Put it all in a binder. I brought that to her, and she was like, "Oh wow, this is pretty impressive." But that's when I forget why I was talking about that, but she looked
Just
at
being
that.
how you were being critical, like not
Just
obsessed, but like, yeah.
yeah, it's just the doctors that I saw prior to her. I just didn't feel good. It's like I know doctors are, meant to do their job. They're not meant to make you mentally feel good or like baby you or anything, if that's what you want to call it. But it's just I didn't feel like I was getting the care that I needed
No,
and
that's
wanted.
important. And I think that
I've gone
instinct
through.
is good. And I think it's real. I think
Yeah,
you need to like your doctor.
yeah,
And like I said, I wish I had a doctor that was low carb friendly. I have to, and again, we always say you don't need a low carb doctor. You just need a doctor that will work with you, you know?
right, yeah,
So, but I'm glad you found someone that's good, and hopefully this works out.
yeah.
Hopefully it
Thank
works out for her. Yeah.
you. Yeah, appreciate it.
Yeah.
All right, well, Lewis, it was good to meet
So
you. Good
I'll
to
email
talk.
you those things that we spoke about,
Okay,
and I'll
appreciate it.
send you this file. I'm so
Okay.
embarrassed. I'm gonna be on your channel, but it's okay. You have like 300 followers, so it's fine. No, I'm kidding. 1,300, right? 1,100, something.
Yeah, it's like
I checked the other
1,100
day.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm just know that I'm rooting for you.
Thank you.
And yeah, if you ever want to chat again, let me know. And
Yeah,
you
definitely.
know, uh, I'll hopefully, like I said, I hopefully you know a little bit more about me now.
Yeah.
And and that's it. Yeah. If you have any
Yeah.
questions, let me know. And
Okay, yeah. I'll definitely reach out to
but
you.
I'll send you, and like I said in my emails, like I'm a good guy. I'm not trying to, I'm just,
Yeah.
it's hard. It's hard going through life and seeing people knowing what I know now, right?
Mm, yeah. See other
And
people
just seeing
struggle.
how kids eat and how, and how people eat. And I
Yeah.
don't know. I just wish my biggest regret is that I didn't find this sooner,
Yeah. It's true.
10 years ago, it would have changed my life,
I
you
see.
know?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's it.
At least we found it now. You're doing better.
Yes.
Doing a lot better.
Yes.
So
Yes.
good.
We did. All right, I'll stop the
Not that from
recording.
getting worse. So
No, definitely not going back. No,
yeah.
absolutely not.
Yeah. That's
All
awesome.
right, it was really good talking to you.
Yeah, you too. All
All
right.
right, thanks
I'll
a
talk to
lot.
you soon. Take care.
Yep. Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye.